Good evening, I'm Anna Jabłońska and welcome to Poland Daily Business. Irish employees of Ryanair are on strike, wreaking havoc among the cheap airline travelers right in the middle of holiday season in Europe. Ryanair informed today that a fifth of its airplanes to Poland will switch base to Poland. Moreover, pilots are offered to move to Poland. All this to be subject of Polish law. Ryanair cut 300 jobs, 100 pilots and 200 cabin crew. From the Ryanair's point of view, Poland is a fast-growing market for the airline. British Johnson Matthey Group announced that it will build a new catalytic converter factory in Gliwice. The total investment cost is 450 million zloty, and the company will bring in 350 jobs. The new factory will be producing filters for gas, gasoline and diesel engines. Johnson Matthey already employs about 700 people in Gliwice at their batteries plant. The maker of Indian motorcycles plans to increase production in Poland after President Donald Trump ordered tariffs on steel and aluminum. In response, the European Union retaliated with tariffs on motorcycles. Company said the move will not reduce jobs at its U.S. plants. Minnesota-based Polaris Industries is not the only company considering such a move. Harley-Davidson also wants to relocate part of its production to Europe. Thank you for watching Poland Daily Business. Coming up next, Aleksander Wierzejski and his guests. Good night.
Poland Daily Business Edition. Our guest, Piotr Arak of Institute of Markets Research. Sir, good evening.
Good evening.
Let's say a few words about unemployment in Poland. That was a very tough issue only 5-6 years ago. Right now we have a record low numbers.
Yeah, the unemployment rate nowadays is 5.9%, and actually, when you unseason the numbers, so you don't take into account the
seasonal fluctuation,
construction jobs, and also the holidays. The unemployment rate is now about 3.7, 3.8%, which is lower than the numbers in the United States of America, which has an unemployment rate of 4%. So we can say that the situation is great. We have lots of jobs available to employees.
One can see that in Warsaw, just walking past the shops, you can see the ads saying hiring here, hiring there. So if you want to pursue your career as a bartender, the possibilities are wide open.
Yeah, the service sector needs employees, but also the production sector. So we also need workers in factories, which are most specialized. And this is the kind of job that is being in need for 3 years, and it's, this is not stopping. So we still need employees, even though we take those same people out of Ukraine and we take them here because the employers are quite active in Ukraine in order to get the workers, factory workers, to go and work in Poland.
There is a huge price incentive for those who work for Ukrainians. The Polish wages are 3 or 4 times higher than the comparable jobs in the Ukraine.
Yes, of course. The changes and between if you just go through the border and you can have a chance to have a work which pays that much more than the same job in Ukraine, then you can see why Ukrainians get driving licenses for lorries, because it's quite easy to buy those in Ukraine, and work in Polish transport sector, which has a need of about 100,000 workers in the logistics and transport sector. So the initiative on the Ukrainian side is quite high, and also Poland has quite liberal regulations concerning the employing of people coming from Ukraine, Russia, Belarus, Azerbaijan, and some other countries, post-Soviet countries. We are now also thinking of having those liberal terms for Filipinos, which is also quite interesting because this is a Christian country.
This is a Christian country. The low unemployment in Poland has also its downsides.
Yeah, after 2020, we're going to have our productivity gap because of the demographics and the demographic situation of Poland. So we're going to have too few workers available on the market. And although the activity rate, the employment rate of Poland increased rapidly during the last 5 or 6 years, and we're now about the average of the European Union. So it's about 71% of Poles in the ages of between 20 and 64 are active on the labor market. And it's about 72% in the European Union, but still in the countries like Czech Republic, Germany, about 80% of those people work. So we would have to work in order to enable the disabled people, because there are not so many people active from that group, and also women. We have a lower activity of women on the labor market, and this is also going to be probably one of the policies that the next or current government is going to pursue in order to boost the productivity of the Polish economy.
Depending on the economic cycle, we'll see how long this hike in the cycle will take, and maybe we are facing a downturn of economy and the need for new employees will be significantly lower in next few months.
The next few months, I don't think so. Maybe next few years, because we know that the projected growth for 2019 is going to be lower than for 2018. Not only for Poland, but for other economies. In 2020, it's going to be about the same. So, and it's also that we had a crisis just 10 years ago. The American economy grew for 9 years every quarter. So one might expect that a crisis is coming, and you can see that there was a change in the CEO of Goldman Sachs, and probably some of the CEOs of financial companies are also thinking of changing jobs, because it's better to go away in fame than to go away during a crisis.
Glory exists. Our glory expires right now because our times is up, sir. So thank you very much for coming for being in our studio. That was
thank you.
Poland Daily Business Edition, and next edition soon. Please stay with Telewizja Republika.